we're hands-on on everything.
Yeah.
So you're right. We'd like to have a slate of like, let's say, 5 releases over a 2-year period, which means at some point something's in production, something's in in promotion, something's in production, in development, etc., etc. So, and honestly, right now, I don't have the bandwidth. Also, it was very important to sort of set a certain benchmark and reputation. So we made Nirja, and everybody said, okay, maybe that was a fluke.
Yeah.
Right.
So we got that.
So okay. So the second one has the only common factor is us. It's another director, again a debut director, a completely different genre of story, different studio, different acting talent, completely different HODs, and everybody on board except the sound guy. And so now everybody's sitting up and saying, okay, that wasn't a fluke. So it was really super important to us that we solidify a certain base and a reputation.
And also, I think the other important thing is generally the mentality, within the industry, and not with everyone, maybe with a small section, appears to be that let's make a film, and then like a hamburger factory, right? Like a mass production factory where you sort of enter one, exit, move into the next one, right? I think we really want to live with the film through its life cycle. Yeah. I think it's important for us to sort of be across every point on the value chain of filmmaking, right? So right from pre-production to production to marketing to distribution. Honestly, not that we interfere beyond a point in marketing and distribution, but I think we definitely are across everything
and add value
on the marketing and PR front and add value, which is therefore why those 3 or 4 months that go into planning your marketing and distribution campaign is when maybe a lot of others will be planning their next film, right? But we'd rather sort of give those 3 or 4 months and really aggressively go out in terms of marketing the film, because eventually that's what makes your film stand out in a crowd, So to that extent, we lose those 3 months, but we don't really call it a loss, because I think that's what really builds up the credibility, of the company as a production house. So we don't like to see ourselves as mere content producers. I think we sort of like to work very collaboratively with our studio partners, on everything on the marketing front. So even on Nirja, I know a bunch of things that that came in from the team. On Sulu, if you speak to our studio partners, you will know there was an incredible amount of value we added in terms of bringing various deals on table, in terms of various collaborations that we pulled off, through personal relationships, in terms of ideating and strategizing an entire PR campaign. And I think that takes a lot of time, value, and experience. So I think that's something we're able to bring on table and and add value for the studio partner as well. So our partners don't look at us merely as content producers. They look at us as people who will not only produce good content, hopefully, but also be able to add a lot of marketing muscle and a lot of marketing think tank on table.
And for example, for a female-oriented film, just to add, we had 11 brands collaborating with us, which is unheard of. In Sulu, of which 7 were in film, which is pretty incredible.
I also want to add that I think our gestation time with scripts is quite long. Even if we like a subject, the amount of iterations we do on a script is ridiculous. I think our average time per script would be what, 8 months to a year minimum. Unless we spend that much time. Unless it's come at a stage where it's almost ready. Otherwise, we live with it. Sometimes we work with a 1-pager and make it a whole screenplay. And I think all of us are always available to spend a lot of time with the writers, directors, and actually work through the whole process. Because like Atul said earlier, even our logo talks about how the word is the most important thing. So the script remains the primary thing. So we spend a lot of time on it.